This
You know,
cool.
I'm like,
Yo, thank you for joining the Minnesota Cold Talk podcast. Listen, it's open topic and we late. We late as hell. But I don't know what's going on with my computer. My joint was down bad, man. Y'all see I got the Minnesota Cold Talk clothing on, man. I'm El Benito Sosa. Yeah, I'm him. Hey, go ahead, introduce yourself, man. Let everybody know who y'all is in the building. Go
what's
ahead, it
up,
don't matter.
world? It's your girl. What's up, world? It's your girl. Hope doing the most. Clearly doing the most. And let me make something crystal clear. Me and this gentleman right here, we're not late. This gentleman right here was late. So don't say we was late because we're not doing that.
Well,
Because we were not late.
well, you know what happened was, I had to walk my fish, and I just got back in the house. So you know what I mean? We getting it in, man. Oh man, we getting it in.
Oh, and did you get the Debra? Because we gotta make sure that Debra outside is all right. But let's go.
Okay, look. So we're doing something different tonight. We're live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So we trying to do something new. We got topics and we got important topics too, man. And I really want to touch on this one first. Man, I'm gonna play the screen and then we can talk about it. Y'all get it? It's Monday, so we're gonna break y'all into the news and then we're gonna get into some more topic. But first, right now, let's talk about what's going on in this news.
Wait a minute before you do that.
Marcellus
Be
nuclear plant, according
advised.
to XL Energy. They
Hold
have
on,
set up oil spill
hold on,
containment.
well, hold on. My bad. What we doing?
I was just
Huh?
telling everybody, be advised. Be advised. You have to watch these videos at your own. We do not discriminate, and anything that you see in these videos, just know that we are just showing these for educational purposes.
And yeah, no, no. You know what? Thank you for saying that. But no, we really want to let you guys know what's going on because I didn't know about this. I found out about this. I want to say, was it last Wednesday? I heard about it, and then it just disappeared. I didn't hear nothing else about it. It disappeared. Come to find out that this was an incident that happened a couple years ago too. So I'm gonna play this video and then we can talk about it. And you know what I mean? Let's get it. Let me put that right there and click this right here.
About 200 gallons of oil has leaked out of the Monticello nuclear plant, according to XL Energy. They have set up oil spill containment and absorbent booms. Those are those white things in the pond. They say so far no oil has reached the Mississippi River. The leak was discovered while testing a motor that helps circulate water through the plant for cooling. XL says federal, state, and local leaders have been made aware.
Now, when I heard this news, what brought this to my attention is when I heard that news, the news that I seen on Facebook was that it was in the Mississippi River and it was contained. So, can this make it to our drinking water? Is it really a big concern? And I found out looking for information about this that this been happening every other year that they've been leaking stuff in our water. A couple years ago, they our water up north was contaminated, and they said that they were trying to figure out a way to clean it out. So, how important is this? Should the people of Minnesota be scared, concerned, and if they are, what should they scared and their concerns be about? Would it touch our drinking water?
Personally, I don't think we should be scared. I think we should do more research for ourselves because us being scared is not going to help. But us finding out, like, what are we going to do to make our consuming water different? Go try to do a plan A, B, or C. But us allowing ourselves to get scared, we need to put our foot on the gas to figure out what's the next move that we can do because they're not going to tell us everything. They're not going to tell us everything. They're only going to tell us enough to calm us down, but they're not going to tell us. But I was just telling you, so like the women that make their bottles with tap water or whatever, you don't know what you're giving to your baby. You don't know what the importance about giving the baby the baby water and things like that. Also, our elderly people that cannot go out to get the water from the stores and stuff like that, they're consuming the water every day on an everyday basis. So we have to enlighten ourselves to put the foot on the gas to figure out what are you guys going to do today, not what we're going to do years from now. What are we doing today to make this right?
Yeah, and that's what I'm concerned about that. Man, what's going on, brother? How you feel about that? Is this a concern or is this something that been going on for so long? People don't even want to talk about it. Like, you know what I mean? They've been spilling this stuff in our water for so long. And they even
You think about places like Flint, Michigan, and how long that was going on, right?
yeah,
Like I think it was a whistleblower of some sorts that ended up coming out. Like I don't think this even was supposed to came out. I think this was also something that again is not widely presented on news outlets or anything as far as keeping us involved with what's going on. Also, when they give us anything, I don't believe any of it really. I think it happened. I'm not sure how it happened. Concerned, I'm always concerned about the water. And this is just something that leaked and it needs to be some attention to it. But we can only do what we can do for the most part. And like Sis said, about the elderly and the children, it's more so about advising people what they can do within their power. Um, if you can afford, getting alternative water delivered to your house, please utilize that as far as drinking. Um, it's anything is better than the tap water, and kind of go from there. But they're gonna keep find there'll be continual ways they'll continue to try and um accidentally leak toxic stuff in our waters if they're not trying to reduce population. Um, the crazy part is that it's Minnesota and we got one of the best water systems in the United States. A lot of people gonna migrate here once things start drying up, so that's crazy. Uh, that's my take on it. I don't. Again, I just heard about it when you told me.
yeah,
So,
Can I
it
like
blew
can
my
I said,
mind, man.
a bunch of research on it and kind of go down the rabbit hole on it because it's Xcel Energy. It'd be 3M. It'd be all of these chemicals, and we live a regular life and not knowing what the effects of that is. So my rabbit hole dump is gonna be is the far to see what it is, what's the effects, are they long term or forever, and then kind of revisit this.
and can I say and me and Sosa, Riri, we have really been saying this. That's why it's so important to vote. That is
Oh,
why it's so important to vote, because you have people that have a voice that can speak for us in these situations and these certain kind of concerns. Instead of just thinking you're a small person, you don't have a voice. There is somebody out there that has a voice for us. And like with me, I'm not a water drinker until like recently, but I have to have bottled water. And it's just like, okay, so wait, before that water transferred into that bottle, was that bottle clean, was this and that? So it's so much, it's like a ongoing cycle that we have to figure out where it's going to end.
okay. And I want to introduce Andrea on the panel. How you doing, Andrea?
Hey, y'all. How's it going? Good evening.
Yeah, Andrea. Today is Monday, so we've got open topics. Right now, we're talking about the 200 gallons of
The 200 gallons of oil leak from the nuclear plant in Minnesota.
my bad. I don't know what just happened, but yeah. But
Oh,
did you caught her up on the game? What's going on? With
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, we're just talking about.
yeah, I did not
I
hear
gotta.
about that. That's
So
crazy.
so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the other video, but before I do that, I want to reach out to everybody that's watching right now on Instagram, on YouTube and everything. If you guys want to, I want to share my screen with you guys real quick. I want to show you guys something. Right now, we are actually live on TikTok. So if you want to come and join the panel on TikTok, and I hope my co-host right now that's on here will join in the TikTok on their phone so we could do both so they can stay in the competition and keep everything moving together. So I want to make sure that we start getting everything going. So if Hope guy, if y'all can or if y'all do have it, man, I'm gonna send a link, man. Why don't y'all come and join this on your phones or whatever too, so we could have that, because it's a lot of people viewing the that be viewing on the TikTok too. So I want to spread it and make the platform a little bigger. So how
Send
do I
me the
stop
link.
the screen? Okay, I'm gonna do it right now while we're talking. So we talked about that. Andrea, do you got anything to say about the 200 gallons of toxic waste that they spilled? And they saying that it didn't reach the Mississippi River, but this was 2 weeks ago. So last week I seen it, and they said that it did reach the Mississippi River, but they trying to contain it. And then what was it, Friday? I don't know if y'all seen this on the news. They said that they found something in the water. It was shimmering, like it had colors around it.
Yep, I think that was they said it was like a sludgy sheen.
Yes, and that's what it was. It was this right here. So that's what it's concerning, man. You know what I mean? It's very concerning, and that's why I wanted to let people know. Be careful, because I don't know about y'all, but I love to go down there and get those down on West 7th. They got that high pH balanced water. It's super good. It's like $1 a gallon, and I want to know, could that ever touch that, or what we got to worry about? So I'm gonna still be looking out for more information and news on that, man. So yeah. And I got another thing I want to talk to y'all about. In Minnesota, in St. Paul, a car just blew up. Boom.
I
But
seen that.
and it knocked out like the power plant. I mean, it knocked out the power in some of the schools, like the school my son go to. They were like, "Yo, we got a power outage, but we're still bringing the kids in and things like that." So I think they had generators. The school generators was working and things like that. Yo, what is up with this, man? Who know about this car explosion? If anybody watching right now, y'all hear about the car explosion that happened? What the hell's going on, man? And who got information? Did you find any information on that?
Uh-uh.
Yeah. Hold on, we got some information right now, y'all.
An electric surge that
Yep.
torched cars may be due to a copper wire theft. The stuff they come up,
That's what they said.
that's what they came up with. Some
You send
copper
me
wire came.
the jab Judah. I got information on it right here. Okay, let me share my screen, y'all. Okay, how do I do that? What did I just do? Okay,
Yeah.
let me share my screen real quick. Hey, thank y'all for joining us on TikTok. I'm trying to get everybody to come over here. Then give me a couple minutes. What I'm gonna do is this is the news right here on that incident right here, and it looked crazy, y'all. Y'all see this? All right. So there was an explosion that happened in St. Paul last night. They said it was so loud, boom, it shook. Like people said they felt the ground
What happened to
shaking,
my
everything
bowl?
with this. But today, I don't know if y'all been watching the news. They've been finding cars set on fire all throughout Minnesota, all throughout St. Paul and Minneapolis. They've been finding the cars abandoned and on fire. So what the hell is going on with this right here, man? Have y'all heard about the car explosion, Andrea? God, y'all hear anything about this?
I had heard something briefly about it. I just heard
I
it's
just seen it on Facebook. Someone was like, "What is that loud boom in St. Paul that happened?" But otherwise, I'm today years old when I'm hearing about some of this
And here
stuff.
at 5 News, we're
So
also digging into why the former mayor of Belle Plaine
Well, yeah.
resigned
So,
after
so
city
that was
council.
the information that we had on the explosion. If anybody lived close by there and they got any information, man, put it on the board. Let us know what's going on, because this is crazy. Somebody said that it's an attack, like they're sending warnings that it's about to go down. And somebody on Facebook was like, "Yo, that was not no car bomb. That was a bomb set off." So I'm like, "Oh man, here we go."
and
Now we ain't trying to scare nobody, but I'm just saying, be safe.
I think about this even with the water joint we was just talking about. These are
Yeah,
like we are at quote unquote war with people. Like there's some stuff going on that we're involved in as a country. Now, when they let all them folks over here across that border, you got to understand that there were cells within those group of people that got over here. So whoever we beefing with, they got cells already over here. You seen the gas explosion in Texas at the
yeah,
at, and was like, oh, there's just an explosion at the gas. Like that's not something minor, that's something major. Like water, that's not something minor, that's something major. And we got this explosion that's going off that really nobody can attest to. Usually, and where it's located, ain't like no hood shit. It ain't like no battery, gas leak, like from a car. They don't really. They saying it's somebody stealing copper wire that led to this electrical surge, and that type of boom that took place, and we all talking about it. That doesn't 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2 on that. So I doubt if they give us the truth on what that really was. But I'm glad nobody got hurt.
So I'm looking at this the thing when you said earlier, it stuck to me. I just found the thing saying that St. Paul electrical surge touched car maybe due to copper wire theft. That was different than that boom. That I think that was these like two different things. But yeah, this is something that really happened, bro. So yeah, this is getting crazy out here. Um, I don't know, man. I be seeing stories like this, and I hold on. What did she say? Hey, Andrea, can you catch the comments? You see it? Oh,
Yeah,
hello to everybody on Instagram.
yeah. Last night somebody said it was a transformer explosion.
That's how they said it sounded because it blew boom and they said it was close to like a power box or something.
Yeah, that transformer, if that joint explode, that it is pretty loud.
She said, actually, I was there. She said the transformer explosion, one of the old at the old Sears parking lot. Hold on, what?
Yeah, I see a
Yo,
video.
hold on. Do you got videos or anything? Oh, you got it? Okay, send me the link because I want to talk about this. Yo, for everybody. Oh, hold on. I got a guest that's on here. Yeah, come on up. Come on up, man. Y'all can come on up. Hey, yo, this is the Minnesota Cold Talk podcast. It's the first time we doing this. We are actually live right now on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Co-host invite. Yeah, y'all can come on up if y'all want to. Y'all come on up. Okay, I got that. Oh wow, this is crazy. See me right here? Okay, look, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. All right, you guys, check this out. And they're gonna actually show the explosion. Okay, I got you. Let me move her comment. Shout out to Daniela. Daniela in the building. What's going on, Mom? Hold on, what we looking at right here?
Check that second one out I just sent you.
Oh, it did show the explosion. Damn, them highway cameras be doing that? Yo, I ain't know them highway cameras working like that. It zoomed right in on the explosion. Oh, damn. Did you see that?
Yeah, from all the way, you see that?
Yeah, that was crazy.
That don't look like a transformer exploding though. I ain't gonna hold you.
The transformer explosion is crazy. Damn, did you see how big it was though?
That was wild.
Let me see if I can pause it. Damn, that thing was. Yeah, that wasn't nothing regular right there, bro. Look at that. Hold on, I paused the screen. Hold on, let's talk about this. Yo, Andrea, do y'all see this thing, man? That don't look like no little car explosion right there, bro. You sure that wasn't a missile or something? She said, yo, shout out to her. She said it was 3 explosions. It wasn't. She said it was 3 explosions, bro. Look how big that is. Like that's like if y'all don't know why I'm saying that, it's because if you're on Dale Street or even whichever Dale or Western Bridge, you don't know that bridge right there. You can see like down there. If you can see something come up like that, man, that's crazy. So that is by the
Yeah, what's
Sears
that, like
building.
2 exits? So what's that, about 2 miles? I think at
Yeah,
the end of the day, though, we just need to be safe about a little bit of everything, and
Agreed.
make sure that we are stocking up on things that we need. You don't have to hoard tissue, but at least have something for, getting prepped. If the power goes out and it is a transformer or something like that, we may not have power for a little bit, or energy. What are we going to do for cell phones if the grid goes down? Like, those are some
Man,
things that I think about. Like,
The
real
90s.
talk, I'm not even playing.
yeah.
I am so much.
So that's a very important thing. How important is it to be prepared for something like that? Come, I ain't gonna lie, man. In the internet community, in the urban communities, like I don't know how many people are telling their family and things like that. That, hey, man, this is what you got to do. Prepare to be ready just in case anything happens. This is where you need to go. This is what we need to take with us. This is what need to stay. You know what I mean? And where will we go after that? Like I think people really need to start thinking about things like that.
Yeah.
Let's move. We can move on with that, unless anybody else want to talk about that,
No,
because
right.
it's another situation in Minnesota that happened yesterday, and I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I don't know how to feel about it. But they did a protest. What was it? What, Friday, Saturday? I wanted to show you guys something like this. Look at
Saturday.
this.
That shit was stupid.
No, that was on
Now,
Sunday, yesterday.
yeah. So if you look and see what was going on, they had over hundreds of thousands of people show up to the state capitol, protesting that they don't want no king, and I didn't understand it, and I don't know what they were talking about. So if anybody that's watching us right now can come explain what do they mean by no king. They had Donald Trump with a crown turned. It was kind of a lot of crazy things, and I didn't know what was going on. Now it was bro. I seen so many. Bro, I ain't seen that many white people, man, since John. What's his name? Since the release of an old Western movie, man. That's how many people they was showed up in bunches, man. Y'all
Mind you,
see? Hold on, let me
they talking about no
this.
kings. They talking about no kings. These
Yeah.
people show up for no kings. Ain't nobody show up for Epstein files though. It's wild.
That
Wild.
part.
Look at that, man. Look at the traffic was crazy.
Yeah, my nephew was looking like, yo, what's going on, And I had to explain to him, hey man, some people ain't got shit to do on Saturday.
Well, they said people came from all around the world to come to this event. And what's disturbing about this to me is everything that's been going on. So there was a lot of people out there protesting still about ICE. There was a lot of people still protesting about a lot of stuff that was going on. But if we can have this type of show up for things that's gonna really can make changes like that, yelling out no king, that really don't. That what's the purpose of that? I really want to do my homework a little more, so I can figure out like what were they talking about, like with the no king things. I guess they were like Donald Trump is trying to be a king or something.
Yeah,
Instead
they
of the
really
president.
it's really just a swipe at Orange Man. To be perfectly honest, it's really just a swipe at Orange Man. So everything outside, everything that's funding it, all of the money that's coming behind it, you got to understand it takes money for these things to take place. This ain't just grassroots or organic at all. And the money that's coming behind it, you got to start thinking about where that money coming from, who's orchestrating it, who's the faces behind it, right? Because if we're trying to get on the unified front and everybody just think Orange Man is the unified, is something to have a unified front against, what we gonna do when Orange Man gone? Right?
Yeah.
So like I try and stay out of that type of political madness because
What
it
I'm
don't
gonna
to me.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a video. I want to play the video and does see get a little information of what was that, because they whatever it was they was upset about. So I'm gonna go ahead and press play, man, and check it out.
We got a few more months until there's right now. We got a few more months until there's a national election, and Trump is
fraud.
Death. I'm not here to tell you who to vote for. Hell, you know who to vote for.
Get him out of here, B.
Hold on, let me get
vote for the people. Vote for your
fuck out of me.
Who is this guy, bro?
Yo, that's Ellison. That's the attorney dude. This is the dude who helped the Mollies with the
money
with the fraud joint.
Okay.
You know, this is
let me go to somebody else. How about this one? It said Fifth Street, Minneapolis, holding Donald Trump. Oh, okay. I see what it was about now. Okay. No king. So that was the. Okay, I get it now. Okay, so I guess that's what it is right there. So all right, let's move along. Let's move along because we got a couple other things I want to talk about. Andrea, I'm glad you joined the show, man, because I really wanted to talk about this with you guys. And man, guy, know that the thing that's been going on with the young kids is crazy. It was a little girl. I don't know if they said she was autistic or not, but the little girl, they said she was disrespectful or something. The guy hemmed her up. Have y'all been watching these videos? The little boy groped the lady on the bus, and the lady on the bus slapped her, right? And then there was another incident with a little boy. I don't know what he did. He cussed his teacher out, and his mother came to school and whooped him in front of the teacher. And they said the little boy always was like, talking crazy to the teachers and things like that. When it comes to respect and teaching our kids how to talk and how to handle other adults, it seems like the kids are like, yo, listen, if you ain't my mama, you ain't my daddy, I don't care. You know what I mean? So when we got our kids on these buses and these kids going crazy, sliding under the seat, jumping over the seats and doing things like that, is it ever, I'm just asking a question, is it ever okay to strike somebody else's kids if you're on the job doing something? Is it ever okay?
Well, I'm gonna lead up to your question. One of the things that I always think about when I see stuff like this is what's going on in the homes. What are the parents doing? And sometimes I think it's a double standard when you see the mom. I saw the one about the mom on the bus and the little boy slapped the bus driver on the behind. And but the mom was like cussing out the bus driver and all this stuff. And then you see that, but then you tell your kids, oh, don't use that language.
Yeah.
So I think it really does start at home with what you're doing with your kids, the routines, the consistency, what's going on, and then also to be able to hear both sides of the story. And a lot of times parents they want to be like, "Oh, my kid will never do that. My kid doesn't act like that." And it's like,
Yeah.
meanwhile, your kid is the main ringleader. So I think the accountability piece is an issue, but also to answer your question, typically if someone does hit you or push up on you, your first instinct, right, is to just, hey, come on now, or slap his hand away or something like that. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. That probably would have been my first instinct, to be honest with you. Like, whoa, hold on now,
Yeah.
and then we gonna have a conversation with the parent, But as far as just like beating up on kids, that's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Is that to add to that? Is it concerning if you get a call that your son groped a bus driver behind and she slapped him? What would your reaction be to that?
I'm
Well, prayerfully, that would
slap my
never be a situation with my son for starters,
back.
but that's just because I know how I raised my son. So we gonna have some serious issues. I'm gonna need to see some cameras, and we gonna sit down and have a whole conversation. But prayerfully that wouldn't happen. But also, I think it's fair to be like, okay, well, what led up to this? It's, if we're talking about me, but just any kid in general in a typical situation, I think it's a good idea to have a whole conversation. Bring the bus driver, bring the kid, bring the mama, bring a mediator, show some cameras, and let's have a conversation about this because what's really going on here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely not gonna be mad if that took place, but at the same time, that wouldn't be mine. But all of the things that you said recently, gears, even with the autistic, this is all part of our community, right? This is
Matter of
really
fact,
our community, and that's an important conversation of how do you tell how do you tell people you can't tell nothing to anything? So
Yep, that part.
so it's like, do we let the dead lie with the dead, or do we try and find some way to try and uplift or bring some type of resolution or bring some type of support? Um, because what we don't know is what we don't know, and touching somebody's slapping the bus driver's butt, that's inappropriate. That's assault, right? If she called the police, that kid's going to jail.
Yeah.
So that's one of those things. If she slapped him, sure, that's a conversation to be had. But I'd rather that than the kid go to jail. Slap some sense into him.
Okay. So this video that I'm playing is an incident that one of the
Come here.
that somebody sent me, and it was like, yo, you guys should talk about that. I guess the girl didn't want to leave school or she whatever was going on, and the guy snatched her up and things like that, right? And it was like, yo, he's a man, he shouldn't be handling her like that.
A
If he's
little
a
thug
school
ass.
hall monitor. Yeah, so he was a school, I guess he's a school monitor, hallway monitor, and he just snatched her up like that, you know. I'm gonna play the other video too because there's two videos. Oh shit. I don't my bad, wrong video. Let me go back.
I bet
This is
nobody
the other video. Yeah, you
ain't
can't.
that about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they're gonna be like, yo, he was showing a twerking video. All right, so this video right here is a video of the girl that the young girl that's autistic, and I'm gonna let y'all listen to what was going on. And I had a problem with this video. This video really messed me up, man.
Do you understand me?
And you can hear in the girl that you can hear her voice that something wasn't right.
You gotta start listening.
Who is this? The bus driver?
Yeah.
I bet I wonder if VFBA. I wonder if VFBA or via foreign.
Huh?
But whatever he was doing to her,
Do you understand me?
this is why I say it's a thin line between.
I'm choking him out.
Yeah, but look, this is what, and this is so crazy, right? If you go back and you read the comments is crazy. So they say that this bus driver right here, he overreacted. He told her to sit down numerous times. She wouldn't do it, and then he did that to her. Bro, to be a parent and get a phone call and then go up there and see your child and your child tell you like, man, this dude was holding me down and you know what I mean, manhandling me, bro. And then you see the video. It's different than people talking about like all these kids acting like they grown now. You know what I mean? Well, because that's what we get now. You know what I mean? We get, oh, these kids act like they grown. They don't want to listen to nobody. Woo woo. But to come to find out, they said that this girl was just sitting there. She was autistic, and I guess he never dealt with an autistic child like that. And that's the incident, brother. I would have been furious, man. I would have been furious. I would have been fish grease hot. The way he was doing her like that, and she was screaming, bro. You know what I mean? Come on, man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the conversation that people should be having with their kids. Hey man, listen, man, when an adult tell you to do something, you know what I mean? And then we can't even allow that sometimes because sometimes adults don't care. You know what I mean? They don't care about your kids. Some people don't care about your kids. You can tell your kids, hey man, you be respectful, do all of that. And an adult won't even care. The adult can be acting like a child in that type of situation, but people always gonna take that adult side. If there ain't no video footage or they ain't none of this, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be like, yeah, well, we're gonna agree with him. And that, especially if you're dealing with a business, the school first we're gonna ask, hey man, what did he do? Or woo woo. They're gonna go always with their employee. They don't want to get in trouble, get sued or fined or anything like that. So what is the conversation that we should be having with our kids now, bro? When they say kids are too grown, they're watching the
Well,
internet, they just learning things. What is the conversation should be like?
Our
well,
kids, or like, I don't think our kids are the ones doing that.
but like I said, I think across the board, it's a parenting thing. And when parents can't take accountability or responsibility for certain things, then of course their children are not. I mean, some of these kids, I'm just going to say, is a product of their environment. And so when the parents aren't doing anything or, don't really care, it's kind of hard in that space. Like, okay, well, what are we supposed to do? Because we can be pouring into these kids all day, but then when they go home, they see something completely different. So really, in my opinion, it does start with the parents. Like, let's have a conversation with them first, and then go from there.
Agreed.
Facts. What can we do as parents to make sure that they're doing that though?
Well, it starts at home. It's what are your values, right? I teach an active parenting class with North Dakota State
Yo, what's up?
Extension, and so we talk about active parenting 5 through 12, and just having these conversations about what are we doing with our values. Like, what are your values at home? Have you had that conversation? And then do you actively live that at home, or at least practice it? So when you go out in public, you know, your children are able to behave, be respectful, regulate their emotions. That's a big thing right now is, you know, people are dysregulated. It's a lot of stuff going on. And so how are you going to respond if something comes up? Hey, practice it at home. So that way when you get outside, then, you know, you'll be able to regulate your emotions and respond appropriately.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, this is what I'm gonna do. I got one more video for you. We can move past this. How about this, y'all?
Oh no, he can play whatever. Oh no, he can play whatever. You can't say that to my son. You can't say. You can't say that one to my son, okay?
Okay, bye-bye.
Now, so what happened in the video? The little boy was being bullied in the video, and he went and got his father, and his father went up to the park. He said, and they got an interview with the father. And then they said that the father said that the kids was just out of pocket. He went to go, tell the girl about his son. Hey, this is my son. Would you please not do what you do? He said the little girl said it again. He leaned down and he did that to her. I gotta be careful what I said because somebody tried to flag me just now on TikTok. I had to let them know that this ain't nothing about hate or anything like that. No, I can't hear you. You got your mic muted. You gotta unmute your mic. Unmute your mic. But yeah, so how do y'all what is that about right there? Boy, God, see your face.
Listen.
Man.
That's abuse.
Yeah, that is.
You going to jail tonight?
Yep.
Man.
I mean, you don't put your hands on no kids like that. I mean, come on now. You should, as an adult, you should be able to regulate your emotions and not have a kid, get you to that point. And where you're slapping other people's kids like that, that is abuse. And that don't make no sense. If you can't have a conversation, how about walk away? I know it sounds corny, sometimes easier said than done. But at the end of the day, if that's between you going home and going to jail, listen, I'm going home and y'all can say what you want.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, my son come and get me and tell me that kids are bullying him at a park. I will go up there. I see who the kids is. I go to their parents immediately. I'm like, yo, listen, this is what's going on. You know what I mean? Because going to that child, that wasn't no smart thing to do. Go to the child, okay, whatever. Hey, who's your parents? Follow her, whatever. Go figure out who their parents is and then talk to them, man. Because then you can know, hey man, this child is getting out of their body. But for him to do that, that's when it's wrong. You know what I mean? That's when it's wrong. Now he could have went to the parents or whatever, and they could have put it down on her to the point where she could have an understanding of what she was doing was wrong, and then but him to strike her like that, man, that right there, what he did to that child, bro, that baby gonna think about that forever.
I'm going to jail. If that's my daughter, I'm going to jail behind it.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then they're gonna be looking at people crazy. So that's why I say we need to start doing more topics on this about how to handle the kids, because these kids different than the way we've grown up. They got too much information. Like it took us a long time to get, bro. They got the information in their phone. They can look up anything they want, find out anything they want by just going into their phone.
Well, I was at the park yesterday, as a matter of fact, and there was these kids. They were probably in 5th or 6th grade, and we was on the swings, and they would have, maybe about 5 or 6 of them, and they just talking, and then they were talking about, other people or the other girls and just dogging people, and then they started talking about so and so was sleeping with so and so and doing the nasty. I said, hold on a second.
The babies talking like that?
Y'all don't need to be these little 5th and 6th grade kids. And I'm like, okay, well, if you don't have anything positive to say about people, how about we just, talk about something nice? And the little girl gave me the nastiest look. And I said, it's okay. I said, but at the end of the day, y'all don't need to be talking about this young girl like that, and just be able to find something good to talk about. And they, was like, yeah, whatever type of deal. And then I heard them maybe about 20 minutes later, still going at it. And I don't know, to them, I don't know. It was like a gossip thing. They were talking about text messages. There were texts and Instagram stuff going around. And I was just like, wow, what is going on here? Man, they mamas weren't there. They was there by themselves. I was watching them. Low key.
That's crazy.
I was like, where you at?
What
Scott?
age? What age do you think is appropriate for children to start having cell phones and social media?
When they could pay for it.
That was a mama answer right there, man.
When
Yeah,
they
but
can
when they
pay
can pay
for it,
for it.
because you ain't finna be I'm not finna be paying for no mess. So when
I
you're able to pay for it, then absolutely.
I say 8th grade, man. 8th, 7th, 8th grade.
Your brain is still developing as a child,
Hmm.
and so like my thing is this: like if you working, we work, parents we work, and we think about the amount of time we have with our children, right? You maybe have 3 hours a day, it's possible, maybe 3 hours a day. That influence from that little box is 24/7 almost, right? And so you have to battle against that, right? And so a kid whose mind is still developing, as you said, so they got access to all of this information, stuff they shouldn't have access to, shouldn't be even having conversations about,
No,
as
I
we
get it.
and about what was at the park. Like these little kids, fifth graders having this conversation, they should be talking about
Yes.
fifth grade stuff. So the access to what they shouldn't have access to, it causes disruption. I remember, and again, I don't mean to go into this, but like when I was young, you know, X-rated stuff was like in the back of Schindler's. You had to go through a door. You had to show ID. It wasn't no little kid
Yeah.
walk in the
Yeah.
back at the dirty magazines. There was some level of I need to see ID. You can't do this, and it was enforced. With a phone, there is no level of that privacy. There's no level of security that a parent can say, "I don't want you doing that." They can go straight to the X-rated website, straight to the violent website, straight to all, and then it's programmed in their subconscious, right? And so then they act this out and they live these things out. So as a parent, you really can't combat that with the little time that you have. So, like she said, when you're old enough to buy your own phone, when you old, that makes sense because then your brain is probably developed enough where all of this is not going to over influence you outside of what your parents is trying to influence you in. My thoughts.
Yeah. So
No,
to everybody that's
I would
watching on
agree with
TikTok,
that. And
let me let
can I say
hold on, just let,
too? Oh,
yeah,
go
hold on,
ahead.
Andrew. Just let me make sure that everybody on TikTok is understanding the topic that you said. You said at what age should you allow your children to have a cell phone? So that's what the topic is right now that he's having. Go ahead, Andrea. You got it.
Well, I was just going to say too, as they get older, I mean, for my son, I would be open to giving him one of those program phones, like the emergency one, where you can program 5 numbers in there and call in case of emergency. But other than that, no. And actually, in our household, one of the privileges is watching TV. Well, my son acted up. So for the whole month of March, he ain't watched TV. We had 2 movie nights. That's it. And the TV was off. And then he was acting up another day. I said, all right, for the month of April, we not having no TV. I cut the TV off, unplugged it, put the remote up. Because I'm first of all, I'm not having it. Because when it was time to go to bed, it was an issue. When it was time to go to school, he wanted to watch TV. And, for the most part, I regulate his shows and watch it with him because there was one show, and this may change into another topic, but it was introducing them to 2 dads got married on a cartoon.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Stop
hold
it.
on a second. Like, I was not ready for that, to have that
That's crazy.
conversation. And he was 5 at the time. And I was like, oh my goodness. And it was deep into like season 3, episode 12 type deal. So, you watch the first couple of episodes of a show, okay, this is fine. You go wash the dishes or go do something. Now, nope, I
Oh,
cut it off. And we do things together. And so when you were talking about the 3 hours of what we have with our kids, is it intentional time with them? Are you
Yeah.
doing life skills with them? Right? My son the other day, he sorted his clothes. We went up and did the laundry. Right? He come and help me cook. We clean up together. We do activities and life together. It's not just here, sit in front of the TV while I go cook dinner. It's like, nope, you can help. Find something that you all can do intentionally together and get off these devices. But also the parents buy it for them. So when they have access to a phone, a laptop, the video game, whatever else is out there, then, you know, you can't almost complain about it. Oh, they're on their phones too much. It's like, well, you got it for them. So, I mean, you can try to put parental controls on certain things, but they can get around it.
I'm gonna piggyback off of you if you don't mind, Glow. So it's three things I'm gonna say about this same thing. And again, you went into that another topic. Here's one thing, and again, that works because the addiction, right? If you take a kid phone away, they'll probably do what they need to do to get their phone back because of that addictive component. So discipline is like, yo, you can give a kid timeout, you can do all of these things, you can spank them and all of that, but nothing means nothing if the programming is still there. The other thing is that you said parents buy the children these devices, and they do, and sometimes it's lazy. Sometimes it's lazy parenting. You can dump off a tablet versus dealing with the noise of a child or having to regulate their emotions when they're anxious, right? And so they take this and stick them in front of the TV, stick them in front of the tablet. It's kind of lazy parenting, like you said. It's not intentional when you're with the time that you have with them. And then lastly, like, you know, when they're watching these programs, right, or like TV, they're television programs, and you saying what your son was exposed to at 5 years old is because it's programming. It's a television program, and so we have to be mindful that they're trying to push things the way that they want to with programming us a certain type of way. And so you can turn the program off like you did, and you got results by doing that. I think a lot of parents can do more of that, taking away the programming, i.e. phone, tablet, television, and bringing them back into a reality versus a digital world. May help a lot as far as a solution.
I would agree with you on that too. And what I was telling my son, because now he likes to watch kind of like these kid podcast shows. I say you can make your own content. If that's the case, let's get a topic, we can research it, we can have questions and talk about it and things like that, instead of sitting here just watching the program. Like you said, it's all an agenda. And I really noticed a change in his behavior once I cut it off. And then he's like, Mom, can I earn my privileges back? Yeah, eventually we'll have that conversation. But at the same time, I mean, you got a whole room with drums, a keyboard, Legos, like all kind of stuff. Let's go build something. And I go play with him too. Like, let's build some Legos. Like, let's, do something together. But I know sometimes some parents don't want to do that. And so then it's just, an easy out to just be like, I'm tired. I had a long day here. Let's just sit down and watch TV. From time to time, that's okay. But as a everyday mode of living, it's too much.
I agree.
Yeah. So, the other thing go ahead.
No, and with that, again, that takeaway, it works. Like, it works. I used to tell my nephew, if I smoke weed all day, that's abuse. If I smoke weed moderately, it may be frowned upon, but it's not addictive, right? And so if you're doing anything excessively, anything too much of is not good for you. So whether you're on your phone, whether you're eating McDonald's or whatever it is that you're doing, too much of it is not going to be good for you. So minimize the time that you are on these devices, and maybe walk around the lake, go see nature, go look at some birds, go meditate in the park on the bench. Just don't escape life into a digital world and exclude experiencing life like we did as children. We didn't have cell phones, we didn't have tablets, we had to go outside. So I come right down the street to the crib. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sure.
That was just
where everybody was, because the bikes. Oh, the bikes over here. Okay, that's where everybody at.
I remember it was we used to cry when we had to go in the house. I remember that. Like
did you see the weather today? And then you go in neighborhoods, you don't see no kids riding on bikes.
You don't see no bike. You don't see no. But you know what? That's why I'm in talks right now with Ramsey County to see what can we do to rebuild these. Man, these old ass slides, and I mean, excuse my language. These old slides, the kids don't want to mess with that. They got to make it more interesting for these kids these days, man. Them old 70s,
Got
80s
cell
style
phones.
parks
They
ain't what's up,
grown,
man.
because they got cell phones. They watching podcasts, B. They ain't thinking
I mean,
about
they're going down a slide now in 2026. That's ain't okay. That's cool for a 3-year-old, but man, we used to do the
But you
monkey
know what?
bars
I
and all
think
that.
it's a
These kids ain't
social
even.
emotion. It's a social emotional thing too.
Yeah.
With kids, they don't know how to conversate and have conversations with other children. Sharing is a big thing. Now, one of the things I do as a parent,
Wow.
I'm up at my son's school twice a week. Real talk. I typically go to lunch and recess because I want to see how these kids are interacting with each other, what they talking about when the teachers ain't there, when they kind of on their free time and things like that. And you learn a lot from these kids just by sitting and watching and listening,
Hey,
and so
when you said that, that's important. The communication with the kids with these tablets and the social media. How is that really? You know what? We should do a topic with that. There's gonna be a topic this week that I think we're gonna have to continue with that. Because they're saying that the social media era for the kids like that is really affecting them. That their person like being walking up to the other kids and playing games with them and things like that. Man, that social media is messing it up for them, man. So we definitely gonna have
because
to
it's
carry this
digital, bro.
conversation on.
Think about this. You got to have courage in a lot of situations in that human connection, right? So if I can talk as much crap to a person online without seeing them, then if I see somebody in person, I'm going to be quiet, right? So it
Right.
takes away the human interaction, right? And so if I'm at a park and it's 1,000 kids and I've been on social media, I'm probably not going to be keen to make friends with these people because I don't know how to interact with humans. Positive. And if you don't have that, then we can find so much to be different about, so much to beef about, that there's no form and an understanding. And again, it's that human connection, i.e. AI or auto, but they're turning everybody to digital bots. And if you're a digital bot, how can you claim to be human or give your child a human experience?
Yep.
Just my thoughts.
Yeah, no, I agree. We definitely gonna come up with a topic with that.
And
Let's
then
build.
too, solo. Another thing is what are you watching on social media when you're on there? Who are you following? Where are you getting your information from? I mean, yeah, I get on there and clown and, watch some little funny stuff. It'd be, funny, but also too, I had to change my algorithm because it was like twerking videos and cussing and all this stuff. I'm like, I do not need to be inundated with this every click. So let me audit who I'm following. Like I'm trying to be more mindful, more grounded, building my business. So I'm following people who are in business, right? People who are making money, people who are coaching, people who are aligned along the same topics that I'm aligned with. So having to clean up your algorithm, having to clean up who you're following, that's a big thing too of what you're watching when you get on social.
Man, listen, I'm about to show y'all the videos and things that these little kids is watching on YouTube, man. Y'all got to be careful, man. Y'all see y'all kids watching this, bro. Man, make them turn that off, man, because this is crazy. Look at this. This is what they're watching on YouTube. Watch this, bruh. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna make y'all wait. I'm gonna just fast forward it. Look at this. They call it Evil Sonic, man. And they run around and it's crazy. But if you're a parent and you're moving around and you ain't really paying attention about what your kids are doing or saying, you know what I mean? You'll miss this because you'll be like, oh, they're just watching a video game or something like that. But I had to stop it because I couldn't let it always play. But man, his eyes get all red, he get to trip it out and things like that, man. So y'all gotta watch them little weird cartoons y'all kids be watching, man, for real.
Well, and too solo, and on some of the things on YouTube has the advertisements that pop up. And so it's
Yeah.
not even to some of the shows, it's the commercials that are coming up,
Facebook
with
too,
these
man.
kids. So yeah,
Now, I've been seeing
it's
Facebook, they got these videos, and you know me, I'm curious, man. You know what I mean? I ain't no
you be
monkey, but I'm
clicking on
curious
stuff. You
story.
be clicking,
I
you
see,
be
I seen the
clicking.
video, and it had like a smiley face over the thing. So I'm like, man, what is this? I click on it, boom. I go into this, and you got to click the comment and the link. Bro, they're getting it in on there on Facebook. Like it ain't
Yeah.
nothing. I'm like, oh man. I remember back in the day, man, for us to get something like that, we had to go back in the room and find that that black cassette tape with nothing on it. It ain't had no words, no logos, nothing. It was just a black cassette tape. You know, now these kids can go to Facebook, X or whatever, Twitter, and watch
Yeah.
whatever they want, man. We used to have to find those little. They used to be hidden good too, boy. You knew you found the gem.
Discretion. There was a
Man.
there was a level of discretion that you had to work to, or really put on a manipulated tactic in order to get access to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right there. Right.
And we need to build a topic about that. Like, what happened to the boundaries like that? You know, because we have certain boundaries. Even like, if I came in the house and my mother and them was talking, they'd make us get away. Like, they didn't want us to even hear what they were talking about. Like, get out of here, man. We don't want y'all grown folks talking. You know, get out of my face. You know what I mean? It was
Well,
certain
now,
things we couldn't do.
and now they say that kids don't understand, like 2, 3 year olds. Oh, they don't understand. They don't know what's going on, but you're using foul language, talking about, crazy topics, and then wonder why at 6, 7, they cussing you out. It's like, cause you were
Yeah, that's
doing it.
crazy.
So
Word,
that's why I said
Success.
earlier, it's a double standard.
word. Well, look, before we get out of here, I want to see, do y'all got any topics or anything y'all wanted to talk about? Anything that y'all seen that y'all wanted to speak on before we get up out of here? Shout out to everybody that's on TikTok, the 78 people that came through. That's
Nah,
dope.
Well, the one thing, oh, go ahead.
go ahead. I'll land my plane.
Okay, I was gonna say one thing. When we were talking about the preparation, getting prepared. I know I talked to my mom probably about a month ago about how do we, because my family, we all live in like 4 or 5 different states. So if something pop off and the cell phones go down, what we gonna do? Like, where's our
Man,
meetup space? And also, like, getting a map, because believe it or not, there's still sundown towns around here in a lot of these states. And believe it or not, Edina is one of them. Edina, Minnesota,
what?
technically is still a sundown town.
A
Yes. So
sundown town.
if we are driving somewhere and we need to get gas, if it's a sundown town, you probably ain't getting gas. So like, even on a map, like, you may not have GPS. You know what I mean? So like, making alternate routes, where are you guys going to meet up? What are you going to do? Do you have money? Do you have, clothes, enough gas, enough food, and
Yeah.
things like that. So having those conversation is really important too.
Yeah, for sure. I tell you what, man, we definitely need. Let's talk about that tomorrow too, man. I'll do an open topic. 'Cause I don't got no special guests tomorrow for Tuesday, so we can do an open topic. Cause I definitely think we should definitely talk about that, man. And then we lost so much. We lost so much on just how to hunt, even if we catch an animal, we don't know what to throw away and what to keep. You know what I mean? We really need to start preparing and just being aware of that something really can happen. You know what I mean? Something can really happen.
It's one of the things, and then I keep it short. Like, it's like neighbors. Like, find a common unity with your neighbors and share resources. Like, that's some things to get started earlier, so you can knock on their door if shit hit the fan. You get what I'm saying? If you got, like, me and a couple of friends of mine, we talk about, hey, just in case shit hit the fan, let's go in on the generator, and then just keep going in on them till each one of us have one, right? In case power go out. Like, my family living in a certain few miles different area. Who house do we go to, right? And go bags, right? So
Yeah,
in my garage, I got like mad water and then a go bag, right? Just in case you got to pick that joint up and get up out of there. You got a compass and a printout map. You know what I'm saying, to some capacity, just to know where you are, and then if you have a compass, you can get to where your loved ones or your kinfolk is, and y'all can lay down and be prepared, because the first 90 days of any sort of crazy event is when the most people get deleted and when the most disruption happens. So if you
yeah,
can lay low for those 90 days with your loved ones, it's a great the turnout for survival is going to be much greater. So yeah, conversation on that is definitely needed. It's not something we talk about a lot in our communities.
and we
Um,
need to start
but if
tomorrow.
you
Tomorrow that could be one, bro.
Yeah, and I can show you I can give a few links and sites that you can get a go bag for. You can get a kid go bag and then just have them in your garage or in your pantry in case shit hit the fan.
You want to catch that comment for me, guy?
February was National Canned Food Month. Don't forget about the stockpiles and food people will actually eat.
Yo,
Good luck.
yo, thank you for the message too, and coming to watch the show. We have your hoodie and your T-shirt ready for anybody that want to help support the Minnesota Cold Talk podcast. Listen, let me tell y'all what we're trying to do. Matter of fact, we're gonna do it this weekend, man. This weekend you can catch us downtown Minneapolis. We're gonna be doing live topics. People walking by, we're gonna get their views of how to and see what they think about a lot of stuff we talk about. It could be relationship topics, it could be what's going on in the community, it could be how certain thing, how women think, how men think. We're gonna do that. We're gonna edit it up with a little music. We're gonna do our own thing. I want to start pushing the YouTube channel a little more. But one thing about YouTube, man, they super strict, man. They won't allow me to use my outro because of the music. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna have to reach out to somebody and get my own theme song or something. But yeah, man. So shout out to Guy, man, new co-host to the Minnesota Cold Talk podcast. Shout out to everybody that's not here right now that's already co-host. Shout out to Riri. Shout out to Life. Shout out to everybody. I don't know what happened to Hope. Shout out to Tony Rome. I don't know, he probably at work. Shout out to Man. Shout out to everybody that's in the back chat, man. And we're looking for more people that want to join. We're looking for more topics. And don't forget about the Easter event. Let me see. Do I got the Easter event flyer? It's Easter event, April. Where is the flyer? Let me see if I can find it, y'all. Give me 1 second. I want to see if I can find this flyer. And if I don't, I'll post it and then I'll show it tomorrow too. But it is this Easter. Is it on my page? Yes, it is right here. For the people who celebrate Easter, or to the people who want their kids to have something to do, we do have the Easter event. Let me move this out the way. Yeah. So make sure y'all come through, man. It's gonna be dope. The Minnesota Cold Talk podcast is donating Easter baskets for this event. It's gonna be a special. Egg that you can find, that the kids can find, and it's gonna come with Minnesota Cold Talk stuff. So that we trying to get in the community. We trying to do it the right way. Before I end the show, I don't know if you guys hear about all the kids that are missing and things like that. So I do want to post a picture real quick. If anybody seen this young man right here, he's been missing. And they're looking for him. So if you guys know the whereabouts of him, please reach out to his family. Let them know that make sure that he's okay. He's in Columbian Heights. He's 17 years old. Please, y'all, this is his picture right here on the screen. If you guys see him, let them know his family is worried about him and they're looking for him, man. So, hopefully he can find his way back home. And I'm going to be checking for updates to see if they found him. So tomorrow I'll give you guys an update. Thank you guys for joining the Minnesota Cold Talk podcast. Andrea, what you got going on? Do you want to say something to the audience before we get out of here?
Well, yeah, one of the things I got going on is I'm running for First Lady Juneteenth, Minnesota,
Let's
in the
go.
Minnesota State Pageant.
Let's
Division
go.
7. I am super excited about this opportunity to just be in space with community, leadership, growth, culture, and just bringing more awareness to Juneteenth and what that really looks like for us as Black people in America here. And so the actual pageant will be Saturday, June 6th. So I would love it if, you all will support and be in that space, with me if you can. And I'm really excited about it. So thank you for always having me on it. June 6th, Saturday, June 6th.
They keep reminding me, and I'm showing up. Hey man, one thing about me, I show up for my people, man. For real.
You do. So I appreciate that.
Make sure that y'all remind me, man. Could I be one to show up for everybody? Could everybody show up for me? The Minnesota Cold Talk podcast Mother's Day event is still on. It's still gonna be out in McCarran's Lake. Guy, man, thank you for joining me, bro. I really appreciate it, man. I see you that link you jump on. I need you, bro. I need you, bro, for real. I need you. Unmute real quick. I wasn't gonna let you talk like that because but my bad. Go ahead. Unmute your mic. Yeah, we can't hear you. Guy's in the building, man. He with me.
Thumbs up.
He got the knowledge and information. I will be doing will be doing debates on TikTok. So a lot of things that I want to do, I don't want to bring it to you Facebook. I don't want to offend nobody. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start bringing stuff over to TikTok where we give people debates, one-on-one debates, no arguing, no disrespect. You have to source up or shut up. We're not gonna let you just lie. You got to
Keep
bring
talking
resources. You
reckless.
got to, yeah, you got to have a reference. If not, then we can't accept your information. So I do have some things going on, but we had to source up or shut up debates on the Minnesota Cold Talk podcast style. It's gonna be dope, man. So what's going on, man?
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
No, thank you, bro. I appreciate you for showing up, man, because a
Yeah,
lot of people ain't got nothing to do and they still won't join. You feel me?
yeah, nah. Hit me when you done, though. If you got the back room, I got some
No,
info for you.
yeah, and I'm on TikTok right now, so I want you to come over here with me. You know what I mean? Come over to TikTok, man. I know you was against it, man, but make a dummy account or something, man. And you ain't gotta be too much into it. Come join me on here because I'm about to start doing a lot of debates. I got a debate set up right now with a Muslim brother and an Israelite brother. They want to debate a couple of things of, you know what I mean? So if you're into that type of stuff, we're gonna have relationship topics on the TikTok thing. We got the live YouTube chat shorts. I'm only doing short videos though. For the YouTube, I'm gonna do shorts. They're gonna be dope. I'm telling you this. I need y'all for this.
Man,
So
just you gotta do is
I
let me
got you.
know.
I got you. I'm gonna bring you into the back chat. Now I told you I be forgetting your Facebook name on here, bro. Your Facebook name is like, oh, what the hell? I'll be having to find you, bro.
Man,
So
you know,
listen,
it was a time we were making social media. Everybody had
yeah,
They pseudo name.
exactly.
yeah. Talk about they pseudo names. Yeah, and no pseudo teaching on the TikTok too, y'all. We calling y'all out. I'm on TikTok right now. I'm on Instagram right now, YouTube right now, y'all. This is the Minnesota Cold Talk podcast. Thank y'all for joining. We'll be live tomorrow. I'm ending the show on Instagram, Facebook, and we're coming right to TikTok. So, yo, man, what's good? Andre, you ain't doing nothing. Come on over to TikTok, man. We on here.
I'm
All right, y'all.
working, but yeah, I'll be there for a second.
All right,
You
for
know
sure,
I
man.
always
We
be
out, y'all.
working.
Yes,
We
sir.
out,
Peace
man. We
out.
out.